Dharmasthala secrets now under scanner. SIT to uncover skeletons in the closet. Shrine town hiding sinister truth. After 2 decades of death and denial. Will unholy horrors of holy town be unmasked in Dharmasthala mass burial files?
Shocking revelations by a whistleblower in Karnataka has compelled the Siddaramaiah government to form a special investigation team in the Dharmasthala mass burial case. Now, a team of 20 officers will carry out an in-depth probe into the disturbing claims of women being sexually assaulted and secretly buried over the years in the sacred place. How did all of this start and why nothing came to light for so many years?
Dharmasthala, earlier known as Kuduma, is a temple town in Dakshina Kannada district of Karnataka. The sleepy temple town has rocked its way into the headlines of national and international media for infamous reasons. There's nothing holy about it. There's nothing to be proud of. It's in the headlines because of a whistleblower recording statement in a court alleging mass burial of more than 100 people to wash away evidences of crime. As dirty as sexual abuse, beating, kidnapping, and brutal killing. And all of these happened not in 1 or 2 years, but were going on for decades now.
I am submitting this complaint with a heavy heart and deep moral burden. I can no longer carry the pain, threats, and guilt from the murders I witnessed and the bodies I was forced to bury. From 1995 to December 2014, I worked as a sanitation worker under the Dharmasthala Temple administration. My duties began as routine cleaning near the Netravati river and surrounding areas, but over time they turned into something horrifying. I was ordered to dispose of dead bodies, many of which bore signs of brutal violence and sexual assault. At first, I believed the bodies were from suicides or accidents, but most were of women, many found naked or partially clothed, with signs of rape, strangulation, and acid burns.
There were cases lodged and ignored and shoved away. Like Ananya Bhatt, a first-year MBBS student from Udupi. Ananya came to Dharmasthala with a group of her friends in 2004 for a tour, but she never returned. Her mother Sujata's search for truth continues for 21 years now.
ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಾನು ಬಂದೆ ಹೊರಗಡೆ ಬಂದ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಇದು ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು 4 ಜನ ಬಂದು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮಗಳನ್ನು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಕರ್ಕೊಂಡೋಗಿ ಕೈಯೆಲ್ಲ ರೂಮಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂಡಿ ಹಾಕಿ ಕೈಯೆಲ್ಲ ಕಟ್ಟ ಹಾಕಿಬಿಟ್ಟು ಕೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಗಾಯಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಅವಳು ಕೂಡ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ 5 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬಿಟ್ಟರು. ನಿನಗೆ ಜೀವ ಬೇಕು ಅಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಹೊರಟು ಹೋಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ವಾರ್ನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ರು. ನಾನು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಹೊತ್ತು ಕೂತ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿಗೆ ಯಾರೋ ಹಿಂದುಗಡೆಯಿಂದ ಬಂದು ಹೊಡೆದಾವಾಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು 8 ಸ್ಟಿಚ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ.
Her pleas were ignored. Her complaints were refused. But Sujata never gave up. As soon as the whistleblower's statement on 4th July became news, Ananya's mysterious disappearance also resurfaced.
Actually, we are here to lodge a complaint that in 2003, her daughter, her name is Sujata, her daughter is missed in Dharmasthala. She was studying in Kasturiba Hospital in Manipal. She was an MBBS student. So she missed in 2003, and after that she got a call from her friends, and she came here and tried to lodge a complaint before police station, but police has denied to receive the complaint. So later she has faced some hurdles and all. So then now, in recently when the case got any progress, somebody has came and said that he has buried some dead bodies and all. Then she got hope, and she met me and she asked me for the legal help.
Sujata believes the sanitation worker's statement can be the clinching evidence in finding closure for her daughter's disappearance and death.
FIR been registered that unknown bodies were buried at temple town of Dharmasthala. But the larger question asked by activists are why there is a delay in exhumation process of this particular investigation, and who are the people who are stopping this particular investigation, and more importantly, who are the people who are trying to influence and being protected in this entire case.
The whistleblower's chilling testimony unnerves one and all.
I saw girls as young as 12 with school uniforms but no undergarments, and women with faces burned by acid, all buried or cremated under my forced supervision. I witnessed the murder of beggars, often strangled using towels, in locked rooms. I buried or burned hundreds of bodies in and around Dharmasthala, many times using diesel to incinerate them completely.
8 days after filing the complaint, the sanitation worker appeared in court in Belthangadi. His statement was recorded under section 183 of the new Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita before a magistrate. The witness and legal team submitted the skeletal remains exhumed by the whistleblower at Belthangadi Police Headquarters. The forensic team investigated it, but it's too little, too late.
Around 1998, I was explicitly ordered by supervisors not to report these to police, but to secretly bury or burn the bodies. When I resisted, I was threatened and told, "You will be chopped into pieces like them. Your family too will be sacrificed." In 2014, after a member of my family was sexually harassed, I fled Dharmasthala with my family and have been hiding in a neighboring state since, constantly moving out of fear.
Fear is written in blood all across Dharmasthala for such a huge criminal mass burial to take place for decades. Like Sujata, Kusumavati too has been looking for justice for her daughter, Saujanya. She was 17 years old when she disappeared on 9th October 2012 near the Netravati River bathing ghat in Dharmasthala. She was returning from SDM college. The next day, her naked, brutalized body was recovered in the Manasanka forest area.
ಖಂಡಿತ ಅಂದರೆ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ 100ಕ್ಕೂ 100 ಸತ್ಯನೇ ಊತಾಕಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾನೆ. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ನೇತ್ರಾವತಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂಗಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಇದ್ದವಳೆ ನಾನು ಕೂಡ ಈಗ ಏನವನ್ನು ಊತಾಕಿದ ಆ ವ್ಯಕ್ತಿ ಅವನೇ ಆದರೆ ಖಂಡಿತ ನಮಗೆ ಕೂಡ ಪರಿಚಯ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವಾಗ ನಾವು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಮುಖ ಪರಿಚಯ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲ. ಖಂಡಿತ ಅವನು ಹೇಳೋದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ 100ಕ್ಕೂ ಸತ್ಯನೇ ಇದೆ. ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದ, ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿ ಅನಂತರ ನನಗೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ ಊತಾಕ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಹೆಣ ಉಂಟಂತೆ ಅಮ್ಮ, ನಾನು ಊತಾಕಿ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ ಅಂತ ಕೂಡ ನಮ್ಮ ಹತ್ರ ಕೂಡ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದ. ಇದು ಖಂಡಿತ SIT ತನಿಖೆ ಆದರೆ ನಮಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಸಂತೋಷ. ಯಾಕೆಂದರೆ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಗಳದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ನಾನು ಸುಪ್ರೀಂ ಕೋರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾರೆಲ್ಲ ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಒತ್ತಾಯ ಮಾಡ್ತಾಯಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಯಾಕಂದರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಸೌಜನ್ಯ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ಕೊಲೆ ಪ್ರಕರಣ ಕೂಡ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ, ಬೇರೆ ಎಲ್ಲೋ ಕಡೆ ಆಗಿದ್ದಲ್ಲ. ಇಲ್ಲಿದ್ದವರೇ ಮಗಳನ್ನು ಎತ್ಕೊಂಡು ಹೋಗಿ ಕೊಲೆ ಮಾಡಿ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ಮಾಡಿ ಮೈಯಲ್ಲಿ ಎಷ್ಟೆಲ್ಲ ಜಾಗ ಇದೆ ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಕಚ್ಚಿ ಇವರು ಏನೆಲ್ಲ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಅಂತ ಚಿತ್ರಹಿಂಸೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದ್ದರಿಂದ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಆದಂಥ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅತ್ಯಾಚಾರ ಆದಂಥ ಮಕ್ಕಳಿಗೆ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಿಕ್ಕುವ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಅದರ ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನ್ಯಾಯ ಸಿಗಬೇಕು, ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ತನಿಖೆ ಆಗಲಿ ಅಂತ ನಾನು ಇವತ್ತು ಸರ್ಕಾರಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ.
Saujanya's death rocked Dharmasthala out of its fierce torpor. They are still standing by Kusmavati in protest.
Those involved are members of the Dharmasthala temple administration and staff, but I cannot name them in the complaint due to their power and threats. Once I receive protection under the witness protection scheme, I am ready to reveal full names and specific roles of the accused. Those who were buried deserve a dignified funeral. I plead with the authorities to unearth these remains and allow proper rites to be performed. I pray that these horrific crimes to be investigated with urgency and justice be delivered to the countless voiceless victims. If I am killed or go missing before disclosing the names, the truth may die with me.
The demand to exhume remains of the alleged victims remains pending.
ಊತಾಕಿರುವಂಥ ಬಾಡಿಗೆ ಅವ್ರು ಇವಾಗಲೂ ತೋರ್ಸೋಕೆ ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಪೊಲೀಸವರು ಯಾವ ಥರ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟು ಇನ್ವೆಸ್ಟಿಗೇಷನ್ನ ತೊಗೊಂಡೋಗ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾವು ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಬಟ್ ಹೂತಾಕಿರೋ ಬಾಡಿನ ತೆಗೆಯೋ ವಿಷಯವಾಗಿ ಇವತ್ತು ರೆಡಿ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಆದಷ್ಟು ಬೇಗ ಆದರೆ ಒಳ್ಳೆಯದು. ಅದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಪೊಲೀಸವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ಮನವಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋತಾ ಇರೋದು, ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಸಾಕ್ಷಿನಾಶ ಎಲ್ಲ ಆಗಬಾರ್ದು. ಇಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿದೆ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ.
Dharmasthala has rocked the state of Karnataka hard, with the whistleblower's testimony being recorded. Karnataka Chief Minister Dharmasthala has ordered a full-fledged SIT probe into charges of disappearances, sexual abuse and murders. A special investigation team headed by top cop P. Mohanty will investigate the claims, ghastly crimes in and around the holy town of Dharmasthala. Advocates and activists demand a dedicated helpline for filing complaints.
Government has constituted an SIT to look into the, look into Dharmasthala issues. There has been a complaint, there has been a public hue and cry. Government has taken note of all this and then constituted an SIT to look into this entire thing.
Another case reappeared. Its 39-year-old Padmalata was a resident of Bolyaru village in Dharmasthala, Belthangadi Taluk of Dakshina Kannada district. She too went mysteriously missing on December 22nd, 1986, after she left for Ujire College. Despite an extensive search, she remained untraceable.
ಆ ದಿನ ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ 22, 1986 ಆ ದಿನ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಡೇಗೆ ಪದ್ಮಲತಾ ಹೋದವರು ಸೇಮ್ ಡೇ ಮನೆಗೆ ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಬರ್ತೇನೆ ಹೇಳಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆದರೆ ಅವರು ಸಾಯಂಕಾಲ ಆದರೂ ಬರಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಬರದಿರುವಾಗ ಮತ್ತು ಅಪ್ಪ ಮನೆಯವರೆಲ್ಲ ಹೋಗಿ ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳದಲ್ಲಿ, ಅಂದರೆ ಅವಳು ಉಜಿರೆಯಿಂದ ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳವರೆಗೆ ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಬರ್ತಾಳೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಜೀಪಲ್ಲಿ ಬರೋದು. ಹಾಗೆ ಅವರು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳಕ್ಕೆ ಬಂದು ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಕೇಳುವಾಗ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದಾಗ ಯಾರೂ ಹೇಳೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆದರೆ ನಮ್ಮ ಮಾವ ಅದೇ ಬಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿದ್ದವರು, ಅವರು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಅವ್ರು ನೋಡಿದ್ದರು, ಬಂದು ಇಳಿದದನ್ನು ನೋಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಹೇಳಿದರು. ಮತ್ತು ಬಸ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಕೂಡ ಇತ್ತು, ಬಸ್ ಪಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ಎಂಟ್ರಿ ಇತ್ತು, ಅವಳದ್ದು ಪಾಸ್ ಇದ್ದು ನಂಬರ್. ಹಾಗೆ ಅವಳು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬಂದು ಇಳಿದಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅನ್ನೋದು ನಮಗೆ ಶೂರ್ ಆಯಿತು. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಅವಳು ಏನಾಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಹೋಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ, ಏನಾಗಿದ್ದಾಳೆ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಲಿಲ್ಲ.
Padmalata, Ananya, Saujanya are just the tip of the iceberg. Anish Joy from Kannur, Kerala, filed a complaint demanding an investigation into the disappearance of his father KJ Joy 7 years ago in 2018. He alleges that his father was murdered in an accident to grab land in Dharmasthala.
എൻ്റെ അച്ഛൻ്റെ ഒരു കൊലപാതകം, ഒരു ആക്സിഡൻറ്റ് കേസ്, അത് കൊലപാതകമാണെന്ന് എനിക്കറിയാം. കൃത്യമായിട്ട് എനിക്ക് പൂർണ്ണമായ വിശ്വാസമുണ്ട്. അതിൻ്റെ പേരിൽ ഇത് ആക്ച്വലി കർണാടക മൂടബദ്ര സ്റ്റേഷനിലായിരുന്നു ഇത് കേസ് ആദ്യം FIR ആയത്. അവിടെ ഇത് ഹിറ്റ് ആൻഡ് റൺ എന്നും പറഞ്ഞ് അൺനോൺ വെഹിക്കിൾ എന്നും പറഞ്ഞ് അവർ ആ കേസ് അവിടുന്ന് ഫയൽ അത് ക്ലോസ് ചെയ്ത് അവർ എന്നിട്ട് അവരെന്താക്കിയെന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് അവിടുന്ന് ഓപ്പണായിട്ട് എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്, ഈ കേസിന്റെ പുറകെ നീ ഇനി പോകണ്ട, നിന്റെ ജീവനും ഭീഷണിയും ഉണ്ടെന്ന് എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് അന്ന് അവിടെ ഇരുന്ന SI എൻ്റെ അടുത്ത് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ട്. സബ് ഇൻസ്പെക്ടർ
ನಮ್ಮ ದಫನ ಭೂಮಿ ಇರುವಂತದಲ್ಲಿ ಗ್ರಾಮ ಪಂಚಾಯಿತಿಯ
The Dharmasthala Gram Panchayat issued a clarification, claiming all cremations, even of the unidentified, were done legally and under police watch.
ಕುತೂಹಲ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ, ವಾರಿಸುದಾರರು ಬಂದು ಆ ಬಾಡಿಯನ್ನು ತೆಗೆಸ್ತಾರೆ, ತಗೊಂಡು ಅವರು ಊರಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ಅಂತ ಸಂಸ್ಕಾರ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇಷ್ಟು ದಾಖಲೆಗಳಿದೆ ಮತ್ತು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಬೇಕಾದಂತ ಪೂರ್ವ ದಾಖಲೆಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಾಗ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಓವರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದು ಕೂಡ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಇಲಾಖೆ ಇದ್ದು.
First information report. Now police will further investigate, and if there is no hand of Mr. Basuraj in this, I don't think he has to be worried. And we can't just say that FIR itself is a damning indictment. There are many complaints people make, many FIRs do get registered, then the further investigation, further decisions are taken.
Politics has also started to shape around the Dharmasthala adharma.
ಅವನು ಏನು ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾನೆ, 10 ವರ್ಷ ಅಬ್ಸ್ಕಾಂಡ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಟ್ಟಿದ್ದ. ಅವನು 164 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾನೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಮುಂದೆ. ಆ 164 ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಅವನು ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ. ನಾನೇ ಊತ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದೀನಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ದಾನೆ.
ಸರ್ಕಾರದ ಮೇಲೆ
ಯಾವುದೇ ಒತ್ತಡ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಒತ್ತಡ ಹಾಕಿದ್ರೂ ನಾವು ಯಾರ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳಲ್ಲ, ಕಾನೂನು ರೀತಿಯೇ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ವಿಚ್ ಹಂಟಿಂಗ್ ಮತ್ತು ಧರ್ಮಸ್ಥಳ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂಥ ಜನ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುವಂಥ ಹಿನ್ನೆಲೆ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನು ಇದುವರೆಗೆ ನಡ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಂದಿದೆ ಅವೆಲ್ಲವೂ ಕೂಡ ಅಲ್ಲಿಯ ಸ್ಥಳೀಯರಿಗೆ ಮತ್ತು ಸ್ಥಳೀಯ ಪೊಲೀಸರಿಗೆಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿದೆ.
Anybody who is knowing the work what is being conducted in Dharmasthala will know that this allegation is a baseless. If at all there is some allegation of this kind, naturally government will do the investigation and do the needful if there is a complaint.
It's a long road to justice that has just started with a special investigation team being set up. And it's a flicker of hope for all who were buried and forgotten for decades in Dharmasthala.
Less than 5 days after the formation of a special investigation team to probe the alleged mass burials and sexual assaults in Karnataka's Dharmasthala, one of the IPS officers who was initially part of the team has stepped down from the special investigation team. Now raising questions over the transparency of the process, on 24th July, our consulting editor Rajdeep Sardesai spoke to Karnataka High Court advocate KBK Swami. Listen in to this conversation.
KBK Swami, do you believe that this is a case where it will be tough to garner the evidence, given the fact that here is a sanitation worker who claims that this has been, many of the stories are coming only after almost 11 years. Can they be taken at face value legally?
See, Mr. Rajdeep, my first comment on this issue is that the complaint is made at a very belated stage. So the delay in making the complaint per se may not be a reason to outrightly reject the entire allegations. But when an allegation is made in respect of this kind of criminal activities, so the SIT has to investigate, go in deep and find out the evidence. Then only the allegation with respect to a particular accused can be made. Otherwise, to make some allegations on any particular entity or institution is not good.
You see, but he has made this statement released by 2 lawyers. The government has ordered an SIT in that sense, and there are now stories coming that could be corroborating some of the claims that he makes. What does this suggest purely in terms of the legal process? What next? Will it now require a proper investigation by the SIT before one can say with any kind of conclusion that this could be one of the major cases that has been buried literally of sexual assault, potential sexual assault? Because there are some very big figures involved here.
No, certainly in respect of this Dharmasthala episode is concerned, the allegations are very, very serious. But the fact is that, as you said, the corroboration is required to prove any allegation against any particular person or against a particular entity. Now, in this case, the sanitation worker has been taken before the learned magistrate, the statement has been recorded. But nobody knows exactly as to what is the content of the 164 statement is concerned. The statement which is being recorded under 164 per se is not evidence. But a copy of this statement is normally given to the investigating officer. And they will come to know what is the allegation. Based on that, they can start collecting the clues and they can start collecting the evidence. Then only they can go for the corroboration. Now it is too premature for anybody to say that the allegations are pointing towards a particular person.
But should the Karnataka police not have conducted exhumations at the burial sites, identified by the whistleblower? He claims he's ready to guide them to where these alleged mass burials have taken place. Should the Karnataka government have first gone and seen whether there is any basis to these charges, exhumed the alleged area where these mass bodies are located?
See, Rajdeep, the investigation is exclusively in the domain of the investigating officer. State has absolutely no role in dictating as to what should be done, what should not be done. Now, insofar as taking a call as to whether to conduct an exhumation immediately or not, ultimately will be decided by the police force. Now, there is a separate agency, SIT has been formed. SIT would certainly look into all these matters, depending upon the statement which he has given before the learned magistrate. Now, while conducting this procedure also, there are other formalities. The FSL expert has to be summoned. The other agencies who are going to help the investigating officer will have to be summoned. Executive magistrate must be present. He must act in accordance with law under section 196 of the new code. So these are all formalities which are completely left to the investigating officer. Now it is, now the government has appointed an SIT, appointed a particular IPS officer as the head of the team. Now the team has to decide and take a call. Now the government cannot dictate as to how investigation has to proceed and how it has to be, conducted.
Okay, let me leave it there, sir, because I think what we are finding, KBK Swami, is that we have a case which potentially could be explosive or could turn out to be a dud. But either way, the Karnataka police and the government need to come clean as to what really happened in Dharmasthala and not be under any kind of pressure while investigating the case. I appreciate you joining me here and shedding more light on the legal dimensions.
And well, this story is nowhere coming to a close. In fact, what we know seems to be the tip of the iceberg. The investigation and legal proceedings that have just started, and we will closely monitor them. But for now, that's all that we have in this special broadcast.